Let's crochet this little chick together. If you think it looks like a duck, you can call it a duck. I don't care. If you want to make the egg with it, I will include that pattern at the end. I'll be using US terms. Materials are listed up next. Otherwise, let's get started. For the materials, you'll need acrylic yarn in yellow, orange, and white if you're making the egg, scissors, a 4.5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, 8mm safety eyes with their backings, stitch markers, which are optional, and some stuffing. Grab some yellow yarn in your 4.5mm hook. We're starting with the bottom here. We'll start by making a magic circle. So I'm right-handed. I take my left hand, 2 fingers and thumb. This I'll be referring to as the tail end, and this end attached to the yarn is the working end. So I hold the tail end between my 2 fingers and thumb, wrap the working end around so there's an X here. Hold right there with my thumb, flip my hand, and we're parallel on this side. Now grab your hook and go under the yarn closest to your fingertips and pull the yarn closest to your knuckles through. Turn your hook. Now grab the yarn closest to your knuckles, and we're going to pull it through the loop we have on our hook here. Wiggle, wiggle. Because you don't want it up here, it'll be too tight. Now hold here. I switch hands. Now yarn over and pull through that loop on your hook. Hold here to untangle the tail. Then when you pull the tail, your circle should cinch closed, but we're not doing that yet. Now single crochet 6 stitches into the magic circle. 2 single crochet, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You should have 2 loops on your hook, and yarn over, pull through both those loops on your hook. You want to make sure you're working this tail into each stitch. So when you insert your hook, the tail should be right here. Yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through. So make 6 in total, and I'll meet you back here. When you have 6 stitches, we can pull this tail and our work should cinch closed. I like to put a stitch marker in the last stitch of the round. Some people put it in the first, or some people put it on that loop, whichever your preference. For round 2, we're going to increase. To increase, we're going to single crochet 2 stitches into each stitch. So when we insert our hook, there should be 2 loops on the hook from the previous round. I'm going to tuck this tail into a few more stitches just to make sure it's really secure. Then we yarn over and pull through to make a single crochet stitch. And then 1 more right in that same stitch. Repeat that in each stitch and you'll end up with 12 stitches total. I just like to move my stitch marker up as I go. You can use separate ones. For round 3, single crochet into 1 stitch. And then increase in the next. Repeat that for the round, single crochet, increase. Now we can just single crochet into each stitch. This is working on the height. I'll meet you back here after round 6 so we can add the wings. For round 7, we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. For the wing, we'll make 3 half double crochet stitches into the front loop only. The front loop is the loop facing you while you work, and then the back loop's the loop facing away from you as you work. So to make a half double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, and we're just going into this front loop. Pull the yarn through. There should be 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those 3 loops on your hook. That's 1. We're going to make 2 more. And it's all going to be in that front loop of the same stitch. Now we'll single crochet into the next 8 stitches. Then we'll do the same thing, 3 half double crochets into the front loops only for the wing. Single crochet into the next 4 stitches. For round 8, we'll single crochet in each stitch around. When we get to the wing here, we're not going to do 3 extra stitches. We're going to go behind the back loop we made and just single crochet into that. And it's only going to be 1 stitch. And leave these 3 half double crochets we did alone. We just did that back loop. Now we're just going to go in this next one to continue the round. And we'll do the same thing when we get to the next wing. Here we are at the next wing. We're going to go in that back loop, single crochet, skip the 3 half double crochets we made and go right into the next single crochet stitch. And then finish off the round with single crochets. We're going to single crochet in 1 stitch and then invisible decrease in the next. To invisible decrease, we're inserting our hook into the front loops in the next 2 stitches. Yarn over and pull through those 2 front loops. 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through those 2 loops on your hook. This combines 2 stitches into 1 stitch. So repeat that pattern of 1 single crochet and then an invisible decrease. I'm going to stop right here so we can add our beak and eyes. So I'm going to put the stitch marker in this loop. That way when it pulls, I won't lose my place. I'm placing my eyes about a round above where I put the wings. Then make sure to put the safety backings on. Now grab some orange yarn and we'll make the beak. Make sure to make the stitches on the beak nice and tight. This one I did make a little looser and it kind of came out a little looser. You can always stitch it in more if you think that's too long. I'm going to start with a slip knot. So take my left hand, 2 fingers and thumb, hold the tail end here, wrap the working end around my 2 fingers, hold the working end with my thumb as well, flip. Now go under the yarn closest to my fingertips and pull the yarn closest to my knuckles straight through. And then chain 2. To chain, yarn over, pull through. That's 1, that's 2. In the second chain from the hook, which is the first one we made, I'm going to fasten off. And to fasten off, just insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over, pull through for a slip stitch, and then chain 1, and that's fastening off. We're going to leave a little bit of a tail, cut there, made a little triangle, pull the yarn through your yarn needle, tie it on the inside of our work here. So I'm going to put mine right kind of as the wings line up, insert it right there. Now go ahead and grab that other tail, pull through, insert it a few stitches away, and then I can just tie it on the inside of my work. Just make sure you're not getting the yellow tail into it. And I'm gonna like triple knot it. And we can just sew the backs in. I'm gonna trim these just so they are not in my way. Tuck it into my work. Now is a good time to grab your stuffing. Make sure to pull it apart and fill gradually. We're going to invisible decrease in each stitch, and that will bring us down to 6 stitches. I'll meet you back here. Before you fully close it, make sure to add some more stuffing. Now we can fasten off, insert your hook for a slip stitch, yarn over, pull through, and chain 1. Leave a couple inches for a tail. Pull the tail through your yarn needle. Now we can just weave it in the tops of the last 6 stitches and cinch it closed. I like to just tie it across with a double knot. Before weaving the tail straight into the body. And then I can trim this. And that's all I have for this little chick. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.